Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Police are investigating a deadly weekend crash in southwest Sioux Falls. It happened just before 6 o'clock Saturday evening on West 85th Street and South Hughes Avenue. Police say a pickup heading west on 85th collided with a motorcycle also traveling westbound.
A woman passenger on the motorcycle died at the scene. A Sioux Falls man driving the motorcycle has severe injuries. Police rerouted traffic from the area while they worked the scene. Meanwhile, South Dakota's Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly crash in northeast South Dakota. Investigators say the driver of a van ran a stop sign on State Highway 10 north of Aberdeen Thursday night. The van went into a ditch and struck a tree.
A 79-year-old woman who was a passenger died at the hospital. 3 other women in the van, including the driver, were hurt in the crash. One of the passengers has life-threatening injuries. All 4 people in the van were wearing seatbelts.
The Highway Patrol is also investigating a weekend crash north of Hermosa. The Custer County Sheriff says it happened just before 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon on Highway 79. Battle Creek Fire and Rapid City Fire also responded to the scene.
Custer County Sheriff posted these pictures of the crash to its Facebook page. In them, you can see a pickup ended up on its side and a minivan with major damage had stopped in the median.
Now let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Scott Munt. We're seeing some rain this morning, Scott.
Oh, and that rain will continue through the morning hours going into the afternoon across southeastern South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. And with it, the thick cloud cover, temperatures will remain cool. Numbers today in the 60s and 70s in southeastern KELOLAND. It will be a little warmer in the western, central, and northern South Dakota, where we have a chance for sunshine. And along with that, maybe a couple of developing thunderstorms later today in western South Dakota. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Today we continue to bring you our reporting about missing and murdered Indigenous persons and their loved ones.
Tonight we will look at the advocacy of the Red Ribbon Skirt Society. Lily Mendoza, a member of the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe, was one of the people we met when working on this story.
She founded the Red Ribbon Skirt Society in 2016. The society is located here on 7th Street in downtown Rapid City with this red handprint front and center.
As a society, we kind of function a little bit differently because I think the main thing is being a women's society is really being a good relative and following those protocols that have come to us from years of traditions and those sorts of things. So we're not an organization, we are a society of women.
You'll learn much more about the society and women involved with it in Dan Santella's Eye on KELOLAND, which airs tonight at 10 on KELO TV. The Turner County Fair starts today in Parker, South Dakota. Fair manager Levon Meyer and others have been working to set up the various attractions.
A new attraction at this year's fair will be the Ag Discovery Center. It'll provide attendees with information about farming through different presentations.
The farm commodity groups have come forth and they have lots of activities for kids, but really to promote that this is an ag fair, an agricultural fair, and we want kids to know where their food comes from.
You can find a link to all of this year's events and activities in this story on KELOLAND.com. Friday night, football teams across the state will be kicking off the season, and some might be doing so in a new facility.
Dubrook High School started work on its new facility as soon as the football season ended last year. It includes a new track, something the school has never had before.
It's going to be nice to bring teams in to see this facility, especially those that have been to our facility before, and we made the best of it. The people that used to be able to drive right up to it, sit in their cars and watch the game, that'll be the big change for them. But once that they get used to getting in the bleachers, standing along the sidelines, once again, they're going to love this facility, and it's just going to be a fun atmosphere for football and for track.
Dubrook area's first home football game is September 2nd. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, Futurecast update today. We've been watching those rain trends south and west of Sioux Falls. They do expand, but I still think the heaviest of your rain is going to be south and west of Sioux Falls. When we start talking about, areas east and northeast, it really drops off quickly. So Sioux Falls, I could still see maybe a half an inch of rain out of this, perhaps more. There's the opportunity there, but that gradient or that sharpening difference in numbers will be pretty big across the Sioux Falls area. obviously south and west, we get over an inch. That's a great rain, and we're almost, well, in fact, I know Tabor, as of 7 this morning, is already about an inch of rain. That's good. Okay, now we get into tonight. A couple thunderstorms this evening in the west. You do see how Futurecast picks up on those, so do keep that in mind, that a thunderstorm, a couple of areas of thunderstorms could be roaming around west of Pier, even down toward Hot Springs, maybe 1 or 2 cells there. Then tomorrow, we'll reset things. I think we'll clear the showers in the southeast, but we'll see if we pop a couple of renegade storms out west tomorrow late afternoon or tomorrow evening. It certainly is hotter again in the far west. We bring back some 80s, but Sioux Falls will be mid-70s tomorrow. Okay, using this as our general guide on rain totals. Now, that bigger number in Rapid City is driven by a local thunderstorm generated by the computer. So just remember, these numbers could obviously be lower or higher, but as a general rule, the higher totals will be south of Sioux Falls, easily over an inch. Maybe some folks get locally 2. If you're up by Brookings and Marshall, well, yeah, forget this one. This one really not going to be a big deal for you. But that could change later in the week. We've got another system coming in out of the north. There are the temperatures for today. 69 degrees Sioux Falls, and the 7-day forecast. You're looking at those temperatures into the 80s here later in the week. 30% chance of rain for now for Thursday and Friday for Sioux Falls, and we could be looking at, again, more of these thunderstorms around Aberdeen on Thursday with a high of 82, but nothing really all that warm here, at least nothing hot, if you will. Pier, we're back to the 80s. It will tend to warm up. Not as wet, so we do need to keep that in mind, although things can change a little bit later this week. We'll just keep an eye on that front Thursday, Friday. We'll elect to leave Rapid City dry as well, but at least today you're getting some rain hits, and temperatures not too bad, mid-80s. That's a look at weather. More coverage online at KELOLAND.com.